There's been, talk about first time, how players respond the first time going to out there. You having been there so many times, is that a benefit, do you think?
Oh, I definitely think it's a benefit. I think that, we've tried to explain to the girls the event that they're about to undertake. There's going to be tens of thousands of people there watching their games. There's going to be tens of thousands of people cheering. Oklahoma's not in it, so there is no hometown favorite. So it'll be our job to interact, and we're going to do the same type of thing with autographs after every game. We're going to throw some T-shirts out there for the folks. I mean, we want the girls to enjoy the moment. We've got some things planned, for them to do and have some fun. But at the same time, they have a real good understanding of why we're going. And that's to represent Alabama and the state of Auburn. The University of Auburn in the World Series, and we're excited. Their girls are in signing balls and posters and everything else, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And we just tell them again, it's a softball game that we got to play at a different venue, but it's a softball game. So nothing's going to change. We take care of what we do, and that's going to be the bottom line. How we take care of the things that we're supposed to do will determine our destiny.
Do you prefer opening up against a foe you faced, and apparently one so recent, or do you really even care going into a situation?
We have 5 SEC teams there. It's just like the conference tournament. We were just upstairs talking. 2 of us in the SEC will not play anybody else, and that's kind of a shame. But it also talks about the strength of schedule, because we have four teams in the winning on our side, and so the winners play, losers play. And you go from there. So that's also one reason why the Pac-12 doesn't have a conference tournament, because they used to be so strong. They have been overtaken by the SEC. The SEC is now clearly the dominant conference, and they play great softball in great venues. And somebody from the SEC will win the national championship this year.
All your teams that won championships at Central Arizona and Arizona State, was there something they did well at the national tournament you'd like to see this team do?
That's an interesting question. The one thing that in all of the games that we were fortunate to win the last one, the key thing is like we talked about. They just went out there and they played. They made the most of their opportunities. We didn't squander opportunities. You get somebody in scoring position, they scored, 60, 70% of the time. When you can have that kind of a number, those are huge assets to have. So again, we believe in statistics, but they only go so far. The one hit that we had against LSU, the home run by Haley to beat them 1-0, we just had tremendous pitching, and again we turned 3 double plays in that game. So. Defense and pitching and timely hitting is huge, and it's still going to stay there. But the ability to score runners when you have the opportunity, that is just huge. You can't squander those. We can't have bases loaded and leave 18 runners on and expect to win.
How do you, when you've had that issue, how do you overcome that?
Make a lot of substitutions. No, again. It kind of goes down, and there's some truth to that. We're not hitting the ball as well as we are capable, and again, a lot of it is because of the fact that it's just a new experience, and the kids, they're not trying less. If anything, they're trying too hard. And as a coach, what we try and do is we try and get them to be a little bit relaxed. We try and keep their effort level down. But you've seen their swings. They're swinging the bats hard, and we were in a little bit more relaxed. So the whole theme of what we've got to do is enjoy the moment, stay within ourselves, and then just go out and play Auburn softball. And that's knowledge based and in a comfort zone that will bring out the best possible performance.
It seems like, despite what you're talking about, leaving runners on base and all that stuff, you still won 8 straight games, you still won 12 out of 13.
Well, again, that's kind of been the strength of this ball club. I mean, they figure out ways to win. And again, that was one thing that Corey said at the very beginning. He said, because I keep talking about our best softball to come, and he says, Coach is right, but he says, remember, on any given day, all you have to be is one run better than them. And, whether they're, whatever reason, because of the fact that we're not playing or hitting as well, whatever that reason is, they're still figuring out how to win. And that's a great insight into their character. Because, again, it is about winning. And it doesn't have to be pretty. It doesn't have to be a run rule. They just have to win. Because, we're in a setting now where it's if you lose, you go home. So it's they understand. We just got to go out and play now.
When you talk of keeping them loose so that they aren't pressing in those spots, is there something specific you tried to do this past week?
I don't know. I may have to reenact my my little rapping session or something. I'm not sure, but thanks to one young lady who talked me into doing it. No, I mean, again, it's just the idea of trying to keep the nerves down and trying to keep the breathing down and those kinds of things. We've been doing it a long time, and it's the ability to understand words and to then kind of get your own mindset. Understand that there's 2 teams that haven't been to the College World Series with any of their players yet, and that's us and UCLA. It's the first time for UCLA in 5 years, so there's nobody returning. So us 2 teams, our 2 teams, have no experience to draw back on, and everybody else that's in the World Series has been there in the last couple of years, and it's they have something that they can say, hey, remember when. Well, next year when we're at the College World Series, we'll have that opportunity to say, remember, this is what we did, this is how we did it, and you should be a little bit more relaxed because they're not going to be running out on the field for the first time in front of 20,000 people. It's the ability to get the mindset to the point where you're going to be able to have optimum performance.
You've been there 7 different times. Is there anything you try to do with each team off the field that's carried on as maybe a ritual for you of any sort? Is there anything you do there?
I'm not much into superstitions and things like that. The couple things we will go to Oklahoma City Museum and see the bombing because that was something real and it's part of history, and it's we'll see it at night. It's kind of eerie at night with the lights and things like that. Then during the day we'll take them into the museum because it is it is a part of history. It's kind of sad history, but it is something we do. We'll let them see Bricktown, and there's some other places that we'll have some fun and do some things with, and they'll have some family time. But no, there's not just one thing that we do. There is a great ice cream shop there, and we do hit that every time, so that might be a ritual. But other than that, really there isn't a whole lot of things that we do all the time. Thanks, guys.
Well, is it kind of surreal at all that you're fixing to get on a plane and go to Oklahoma City?
A little bit. I'm not gonna lie. It's really super exciting. It's something that we've been talking about since last year, and our dreams are finally coming true. And we're gonna go there and play the best that we can. So we couldn't be happier.
When you came here, did you seriously think about doing this?
I wanted to, but now it's becoming reality, and I think it's all because of the coaches and how hard we've worked this season, and it's really something that we've been dreaming of since we were little kids, and we're happy that we get to go.
What do you guys need to do well out in Oklahoma City to be successful?
I think we just need to continue playing how we've played all year, just play Auburn softball, and good defense, good pitching, and timely hitting is what we need to accomplish our goal, and I feel like we're prepared and we should be able to do that.
Playing LSU, somebody you played so recently, is that a good thing or not so good thing?
It can be, it can go either way, but I think it's a good thing for us. We've seen their pitching, we know how they hit, and we know how they play defense, and I think it's something that we can prepare for, and we're not really worried about it. So.
Just talk about it as a pitcher, having the defense you have behind you.
It's amazing. I pitch to contact. I pitch low for ground balls, and my defense is there to back me up, and that's why we turn so many double plays. And it's really exciting to see that. So.
For the past few weeks, the team seems really loose and relaxed. How has the attitude of the team been since Saturday?
I think we've been, great. We're excited to go, and I think our bats are finally starting to come back. Had a little trouble in SEC tournament, but since then we've really worked on just shortening up, being relaxed, playing loose, and I think that's what we've done.
You pitched well last year in Minneapolis and the regionals and SEC tournament and Super Regionals. Do you enjoy these type of games?
I think so. I think it kind of, the competition makes me, rise above what I feel like I can do, and takes it to a whole nother level. And I think I just want to help my team, and they have my back, and so it lets me play, to the best of my ability. So.
Lexi, how hard is it to adjust to pitching to contact? I'm sure you came here accustomed to striking people out all the time.
I don't really have those super strikeout pitches like a rise ball or, some of those other things. But I've always kind of been a down ball pitcher, and I think that's, high school is obviously a lot different than here. But it hasn't been too hard for me. And I know since we have such a fantastic defense, then it's really allowed me to kind of flourish. And I think that's what's helped me the best.
Do you see other teams getting frustrated with when your defense keeps making plays?
I hope so. I hope they do. It's, like I said, it's so much fun to play in front of, those other 8 people, because I know that they're going to have my back no matter what. Good.
Appreciate it.
Casey, talk about team's level of excitement, first of all.
Well, we're excited to get on the bus and just show people who we are and compete for a national championship. So.
When you get out to Oklahoma City, what's going to be important for you guys to do well, to have success?
Just relax and play our game. To us, we have to look at it as another business trip, another place on the road, just that we're going to try to win. So we look at it as playing a regionals and then playing a super regionals all over again.
How much has Coach talked to you guys just about the different type of atmosphere that's there and trying to get you mentally ready for that?
He's tried to get us mentally prepared the whole year, and really the fans have helped out so much. We've never seen crowds this much at our field, and that's just going to prepare us even more for Oklahoma City. But he just tries to get us to play relaxed and just to play loose and to have fun. He told us to enjoy the moment.
How does the team stay loose?
Laugh, play fun. Somebody's going to trip and fall, and we all get to laugh at that. And then we'll replay it on videos constantly. But we just try to have fun and remember it's a game, and we've done it 1,000 times in practice. It's just a new field.
Was it hard to do that at times this past weekend with the bases loaded stuff and the runners in scoring position these past couple of games?
It is. You just have to take a breath. You hear the fans cheering for you, and you kind of get the surreal feeling that, this could be the last game, or this could be one of the last games, especially for the seniors. But we just try to relax, and we practice it every day in practice. Bases loaded, bottom of the 7th, 2 outs, tie and run on third base, and you're up to bat. It's just one of those situations that you have to be confident in and that you can get the job done.
LSU's got pretty good pitching. What kind of challenge is that for you guys?
Well, they have pretty good pitching and we have pretty good hitting, so it should be a good game. But it's all about playing our game. Yes, we've seen them before, but they have also seen us. And so we're going to go back and study our film and look at how she's pitched us and just figure out what our game plan is and what our approach is going to be at the plate.
Can you talk about just overall the way you guys play defense?
I think one of the LSU announcers said it was 24 karat gold. We like to keep it that way. So Coach preached all last year about regionals. We made 2 errors and we lost. And so this year was really focused on defense and make the routine plays routine and then throw in some great plays, and it's going to be a good ball game.
Do you get as much joy out of making those plays and turning those double plays as you do out of hitting the ball?
No.
No.
But it gets close. So having Lexi pitch ground balls and having Rachel hit her spots and Marcy, it just really helps because it's something we practice and something that they're pitching for. We all know that our pitchers pitch to contact, just like Lexi said earlier, and we're there for them. So we want to know that we have their back and they have ours.
Can you win it all?
Yes.
The 5 SEC teams out there, what's your take on that?
Well, we've seen everybody before, so it should be shouldn't be anything new. We like the odds of our bracket. You know, we have seen everybody, which is nice, and we believe that we can do it, and we know we can.